Now, about 3 years ago, we saw the prices of diesel and petrol jump from the region of about 3,000 shillings into the space of 5,000, almost edging closer to 6,000 shillings. Now, like they say in economics, prices tend to be sticky upwards. Prices never went back into the region of the 3,000 shillings. And because of this, a number of Ugandans are now embracing hybrid cars and electric cars as a way of saving money on fuel. Let's find out how these cars work.
Apparently, the situation in Uganda and in other countries, first of all, there's a challenge of fuel. Prices of fuel is too high nowadays. Take an example, recently in Uganda, you had challenges in fuel. Fuel is too high, and some people can't afford buying fuel on a high price like that. You invest money, you save, you buy a car, but now fuel let you down. So we sat down and said, let us bring electric cars in Uganda to solve that problem. My second point is about climate change. Climate. You can see nowadays, cities are being washed away. Floods have become floods. To my understanding, all those floods are caused by pollution of the environment, by these other cars. So to my understanding is, these cars we have bought for electricity will solve that problem. We remove all, because it has zero pollution. It has no sound in it. These cars have less components compared to others. As you can see, this one, it is comprised of solar, whereby other cars don't have solar. It does not use fuel. It uses own electricity, and it's supported by the solar system. Once the batteries are down, you take it for charging. This charging, you can, anywhere you go, provided you have its charger and a socket, you can charge. This is the charging port where you charge from. When you're moving and maybe bus top to drop, it has a solar on top that supports the batteries. If you want to maintain, there are 3 things major you have to change. First of all, brake fluid that helps in braking. You top up water that will help for wiper. And maybe when the brake pads are worn out, for the tires, and tires only. Those are the things you change on this car during maintenance, whereby even it takes long to get spoiled. So the maintenance cost is very low. This car, moreover, like this Rosa, has 2 batteries. Each battery is of 23 kilowatts. So it has 2, those are 48 kilowatts, supported by a solar of 300 watts. So once it is fully charged, leave alone being supported by the solar, batteries alone, they will take you for 100 kilometers, whereby after 100 kilometers you have to charge. But since it's supported by the solar, you even move more than those kilometers, because the solar will move on supporting it. It charges for 4 to 5 hours. So whereby you can, after maybe in the morning go for work, you park, you charge. By the time you're done with your office work, you remove, you charge, you put, you go back. Lifespan for this battery takes 8 years. 8 years when you're driving, no worry. You have your 8 years, and that's when you give up, you say now I have to replace, whereby this battery is not expensive. You want to bring more types of EVs, like double cabin. You want to bring box body. You want to bring trailers.
Again, we are revisiting the story of insurance, how insurance works, and then why you need insurance in your business operations, but then also as a home or a household. Take a look.
The insurance industry in Uganda is over 74 years today since the establishment of the first insurance company in the land, the East Africa General Insurance Company, in 1948. The industry has witnessed great developments and transitions over the years. The 1960s through the 70s, the industry witnessed great uptake and appreciation from the public, especially the elite and the merchandising class largely dominated by Asians. This explains why at independence, despite having smaller population of under 8 million people, Uganda had 95 insurance agencies and branch offices of foreign insurance companies, mainly from United Kingdom, India and the United States of America. The 1970s to the 80s were dark years of the insurance industry. Besides the political turmoil of the time, the expulsion of Asians in the 1970s, which affected the business and elite classes that were key to the industry's growth and its sustenance, and the 1987 currency reform and discounting heavily hit especially the holders of life insurance policies. Many lost hope in the promise that insurance gives its policy holders. Through innovation and consistent product development, the industry has today made great strides, reminiscing and in a number of areas surpassing the industry's golden era of the 1960s. Midwifed by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, which was established in 1996 to ensure effective administration, supervision and regulation, the insurance industry has reinstated the prowess of that promise. The promise that insurance pays and is indeed a good bulwark against risk.
The establishment of a regulatory body from the desk office in the Ministry of Finance through establishing an independent regulatory body, which was the Insurance Commission at the time. That kind of really shaped the direction of the industry. In addition to that, I think in 2011, there was a change, a paradigm shift from the Insurance Commission to Insurance Regulatory Authority. So there was a rebirth, and it brought in with it a change in the Insurance Act as well. So you had a change from Insurance Commission to Insurance Regulatory Authority, and then thereafter the Insurance Act, it was the Insurance Act of 2011 at the time, it was also overhauled. It was overhauled so as to meet the international standards, the international core principles. In addition to that, in 2020, various regulations were put in place to operationalize the Insurance Act. So all these, because at the end of the day, once you have a well-supervised and well-regulated industry, it means that people are going to operate in an environment which is stable, where there is predictability, where people know that in the event that something happens to this insurer, you have a fallback position, where you know that if there is a claim, you know where to go. So all this really has enhanced the growth of the industry.
The reason why the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda was created was for strict monitoring, that the people who make those promises fulfill them. And government was very good to amend or overhaul the Insurance Act. The Insurance Act of 2017 safeguards the interests of the policyholders to a great extent. That act also safeguards that the insurance companies should not be allowed to collapse. That is the very reason why we are here as the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. We also say that in case you buy an insurance policy and for whatever reason you are not satisfied the way you are handled, we created a complaints bureau at the Insurance Regulatory Authority. Come and please complain. Let us know what is happening.
Indeed, that confidence is today the reason why the insurance sector has made great growth strides and is currently a trillion shillings industry and steadily growing. Gross written premiums, which is the total amount collected by the industry through the sale of insurance policies, was 240 billion shillings in 2010. In 2015, it had moved to 612.1 billion shillings and 974.4 billion shillings in 2019. In the same breath, the industry paid claims worth 184 billion shillings in 2014. This moved to 291 billion shillings in 2017. Again, with a better regulatory environment and innovations such as bank assurance, there has been growth in the uptake of insurance services and with it, growth in the settled claims. For instance, in 2022, the industry paid out claims worth 476 billion shillings. All these have further served to strengthen public confidence in the industry.
In 2020 first season, I planted like 10 acres of jenat, simsim, rice, and then beans. I paid 410 for those crops. After their survey, they realized that I've made a loss of 6,220,000, which they pay me. In 2021, I decided to plant now 20 acres because my level was going. I cannot be repeating 10 acres. I planted 20 acres of those crops, of which I paid 820 as some in SWAT. In 2021, I realized a loss of 24,200,000. Yeah, that's what they paid me.
Uganda being an agro-based economy with the bulk of the population depending on agriculture for survival, it was crucial that the industry spreads its tendrils into this space, and this firm is one of the beneficiaries. This was done through an innovative vehicle, the Agricultural Consortium, bringing together government and insurance players, and has been rolled out across the country.
Called Otieno Orlando Joffrey, a farmer. I belong to a group called the Riemochandi in the Magola sub-county, Toro district. The type of agricultural insurance we have is the weather index and the drought index insurance. It covers excessive rainfall and the drought. Like last season, I incurred loss in rice. There was a lot of drought, and I incurred a total loss. So I was supported because I was compensated, and I didn't feel it. I paid 55,000 shillings, and in the end, I was compensated 1 million shillings.
Well, thank you for being part of the show. It's been the Money and Markets show, and from me and team, we'd like to wish you a very good evening, and God bless you.